Hey everyone, long time no see. It's Anissa or Anya or Nissa if you prefer. It's been a while since I did a vlog, since 2009 actually, back in the summer, and if I recall, it was, during a time when things were a bit crappy. I was just starting in a new relationship, and it was long distance, and that kind of sucked, and I lost my job as well, which also really sucked, and I was living off savings, which also really sucked, and yeah, just all around suckage. And that was back in 2009. It's now 2013. I've finally, joined the ranks of those who own an actual webcam on their desktop, so awesome. And yeah, so I'm trying out the vlog thing again. The first one that I did was on my Mac, and it's okay, except the video camera quality wasn't great, and I remember spending a shitload of time editing that thing. So anyway, a lot's happened since my last vlog. A lot of people already know what's happened. A lot of people on Facebook and LiveJournal, and you watch me on DeviantArt or you watch me on FA or anywhere else, there's bound to be some inkling of, how my life has been. So what I'll do is, for organizational purposes and for the sake of just getting it out of the way because it's on my YouTube account, I'll try to break it down as best I can. So since my last vlog, I've been through 3 jobs, including the one that I'm at right now, and 2 of which were sedentary office jobs. One was working for a game company, for a Facebook game company, and the other one was working for an e-learning company. The Facebook game company, I had a very good experience there. Everyone was really cool, and I got to meet a few really cool artists and UI designers and developers. So that was kind of cool. It was like a window into the sort of one of the industries I may want to work in the future as an artist. For that, I was doing customer service because that's pretty much all I can really do at this point. And it was a lot of fun. I actually enjoyed it. It was a little far out of the way though, and it sucked traveling there because it was out of the region of the TTC, and I really just didn't want to have to pay the extra fare, so I usually walked the rest of the way down there, and that would be about a good 3-4 miles. So it really sucked in the winter when I had to walk there. I had winter boots, but that didn't stop the snow from ruining my pants and getting me soaked. So I liked working there, but eventually I was sort of inspired by one of the artists that I made friends with there, and I decided to go back to school. I realized that I couldn't really do a diploma program because my portfolio wouldn't have been great. It would have all just been furry art. So, and I'm sure that they wouldn't want me to show that in a portfolio. So I went into Art Fundamentals at school, and that helped me build up my portfolio, and it helped me round out my skills as well. I learned more about anatomy and more about color and, a bit of art history mixed in. Learned some digital stuff, which I already knew. We did painting, which I really sucked at. A lot of design stuff and a lot of composition stuff, and I mean, it was great. It was well-rounded, so I can't complain regardless of whether or not I'm like a pro at one art medium but not in another one. So I built up my portfolio, I got all that stuff done, and then after Art Fundamentals, I got another job. It was a job for the learning company, and I was doing customer service. So I did that for about 1.5 years, and then unfortunately they had to lay all of the customer service reps off, which really sucked. That was kind of a huge blow. That happened back in April of this year, and I had to go looking for another job. So looking for a job really sucks, especially during April, May-ish, because all the students who were in school are coming out of school and getting jobs, and then at that point most of the jobs were taken and I was grasping at straws. So I eventually did find a job, which I'm at right now. It's a cashier job at a grocery store. And let's just say that it's very intimidating right now because I don't know why I didn't even think of this when I applied, but there are a lot of codes to memorize for the produce and the bread and the salad and the olive bar and everything. And I just, going into it, I really didn't think about it. And then I got the list and I was like, oh God, because my memory admittedly is really bad. And I mean, I'm prone to stupid mistakes as well. You know, I try not to make them again, but sometimes it just happens. So the code list is really daunting and they're going to be testing me on this stuff. So I'm like, I don't know how well I'm going to do with that because I don't trust my memory for that kind of stuff because I have sort of a selective memory, and when it comes to random codes for random fruit and vegetables, I don't know how I'll do with that. But we'll see. I'm taking it one day at a time. I've only been there twice and I've only trained for 6 hours total so far. I'm doing my best to try to apply methods of learning that I find most comfortable for me to learn the codes, and that's basically standing in the produce aisle and staring at vegetables and fruit until I become comfortable with naming them and not looking at the little placement cards and stuff like that. So take it one day at a time. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out for the time that I'm going to be back in school. So total segue into a new topic. So I applied for animation a while back and I got accepted pretty quickly. So I will be starting that in September on the 3rd to be exact. I'm just waiting for my schedule, which I haven't gotten yet. And I don't need to take a skills assessment test. As mentioned on my live journal, I think I mentioned that I thought I would have to take a skills assessment test, but I don't. So great. So animation, they teach a lot of computer animation, a bit of classical animation, a lot of anatomy. They'll probably teach us how to construct backgrounds and how to draw props and all that kind of stuff, which is totally 100% cool with me. I am really stoked to be able to brush up on my skills, maybe develop my artistic style a little bit, because right now it's leaning too much into the anime category, and I really don't want that to be the case anymore. Back in like 1995, I was all about the anime and just trying to come up with a style of my own and failing at every corner of that. But I just like to be able to develop a more fluid art style and get some skills going in the animation department, because I would really, really, really like to get a career in animation, because that's something I've dreamed about doing since I first saw Disney's Aladdin. That really did it for me, or Beauty and the Beast even, so that was before Aladdin. The next topic is my teeth. I've had this retainer in my mouth because I have a fake tooth. I got hit by a car when I was 16 years old, I think, and I just didn't do anything with it. I don't know why. I can't, I don't know why. But I waited a good long time, many, many years of having this stupid retainer in my mouth, and I just don't look, I mean, I don't look my age by default, but I don't look my age with this in my mouth either. It's not helping. I know a lot of adults have like retainers in it, but at least they've got a full set of teeth in there. I've got, a tooth sticking to it as well. So finally, after years and years, I decided to get this stuff over with. I actually started the whole process a little bit before I got laid off, and what they had to do was take my wisdom teeth out first, and then they waited for that to heal. Then they did a surgery where they put like a screw in my skull where the tooth is going to be placed, and then waited for that to heal. And then recently, on the 16th of this month, I got the abutment put in, which is basically a little hole that's attached to the screw, and then they'll put the tooth in and they'll put a crown on it, and then they're going to put a crown on my other front tooth as well. So it's this tooth that's fake, and then this tooth had to be like almost completely restored. Okay, so off the topic of teeth, but this summer has been pretty cool. Even with no job, I've been able to like have a really eventful summer, you know, regardless of finances and whatnot. So I did job searches and all that kind of stuff. Fun, happy, fun time there. Spending a lot of time revising my resume. And anyway, aside from the job search, which was pretty bad for the most part until I found the grocery store job, I've just been trying to go out more, trying to get some more exercise, which will lead me to another topic after this. We're trying to get out and like get some vitamin D, and so we've been going on those Toronto Discovery walks, which has been pretty cool so far. We've really only been on the Don Valley Brickworks Discovery walk so far. So, but that Discovery walk is huge, and unless you're willing to spend 7-8 hours on one Discovery walk to go around the whole thing, even the cemetery and everything, that's a lot of time. And honestly, I'm not keen on hanging out in like little ravines in downtown Toronto late at night. Yeah. But yeah, so on to exercise. Back in 2009, the last video that I did, I was fairly skinny. I still had my, I was gaining a little bit of weight, but not a lot. It sucks because I don't remember what weight I was at there. But I'm 4'11" in height, and I was able to fit in most of my clothes. So that's the main thing. So since 2009, I gained a crap load of weight. My highest weight was 150 pounds, and I noticed some people that doesn't seem like a lot. My doctor, she was like, yeah, you're overweight. So couldn't fit into most of my clothes, had to buy new jeans, got up to a US size 14. Granted, they were kind of loose, but still I could comfortably fit into them, and that really just blew my mind. During my employment with the e-learning company, I was inspired eventually to start exercising, because when you work from home, you get a little stir crazy. And I mean, I could go out to the grocery store or the plaza right next door to me, but I didn't always feel like doing that because it, you know, took a while to walk there, and then I got like ADD and started like looking at everything, and by the time I was done, it was like, you know, 2 minutes to the end of my break or something. So I never wanted to risk being late to come back from my break. So eventually what I started to do was exercise, because I had a treadmill that was collecting dust, and I decided that, hey, I'm gonna start doing this. Yeah. So on my breaks, I would do a 30-minute run-walk combo. I started like at a low speed and then gradually progressed. So that helped me for a while. And of course, I knew that if any exercise regime was to be successful, I had to start eating healthy too. So started in with the eating healthy. I lost 10 pounds, and then I remembered stopping. So I was at 140, and I was pretty proud of myself. You know, I could fit into more stuff in my wardrobe, because I mean, I've kept everything that I've been able to fit into when I had a smaller frame. So, because I knew one day that I was going to get the bug to just work out. It you know, stayed plateaued for a while. And I gained a few more pounds, and because I wasn't eating healthy anymore, and you know, no exercise, sedentary job, everything just adds up there. So once I got let go from my job with the learning company, I just decided like, hey, you know, I have all this free time. You know, I'm doing my job searches and, you know, I'm doing my artwork. You know, I should find something else to do with my time. So I started to exercise again and I started to eat healthier again. And I eventually lost some more weight. So now I'm at 128 pounds, and I'm starting to notice that I'm getting my figure back, and you know, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling happier, I'm not always so overstressed or paranoid or anything like that. So that's, you know, and that was like the clincher right there. I'm like, you know, even if something happens to depress me, I'm not stopping my exercises or stopping eating what I'm eating. So I'm down to 128, and I'm still exercising, although I've decided that I'm not going to exercise the days that I work because I'll be standing for the most part, which is exercise in itself, and I'll be lifting stuff and all that kind of good stuff. So I'll only be exercising on the days that I have off. So other than that, we went to the Ren Fest this past weekend, so that was really cool. I'm totally into fantasy and all that kind of stuff, so I really had a good time. This was our second year of going to the Sterling Ren Fest in New York. And yeah, we had a lot of fun. I dressed up in a new dress and everything, so I had another costume last year as well. And I went as an elf this year, or at least tried to go as an elf. I had the prosthetic ears and everything like that. So, but yeah, so you know, we bought a lot of stuff. You know, not particularly happy about that, but you know, most of the stuff that I got was for my costume and completing it. I got this at the Ren Fest, this necklace. It's a chainmail necklace, choker thing. And, you know, it's adjustable so I can make it longer or, you know, shorter on my neck. So this is the shortest it gets, I think, but I really like it. And the green that it is matches the light green of the dress. So that's pretty cool. I also got this. This is a chainmail dice bag, and it's not going to autofocus, is it? Nope. Okay, well, it's a dice bag for D&D dice. I'm going to use some of my dice, and these are really cool dice. These are purple with like iridescent green and blue, and in some lights it's even iridescent gold and whatever. You can't really see it on the camera, but that's alright. I mean, other than that, I got like walking staff and some stuff for my Griffin Wood baby as well. Fantasypuppet.com plug. So that was, I mean, it was really good. I had a fun time. I just wish that we could have seen more shows because we only saw like 3 shows, and we planned like we had a whole schedule just shows that we're going to see every hour on the hour, and then there was like no time to see the shops, and there are so many shops. Like, you honestly have to walk around the entire park a few times to actually see all the shops, because like some are in little nooks and everything, and you know, there's this stage that's like by the restaurant that's like hidden in a corner, and we were like, man, we didn't know that was there last year, or maybe they just made it, I don't know. But yeah, like there's a whole bunch of stuff to do though. So Sterling Ren Fest, if you have a chance to, you know, go to New York and hang out, you might as well try to, you know, I mean, and there's also the one in Tuxedo, New York too, so whichever one you're close to. Um, But yeah, Renfests are awesome. So you can dress up, and I mean, like almost everyone dresses up. There are the few that don't dress up, but to kind of like experience the whole thing and like to get in the groove, dressing up is highly recommended because you can immerse yourself better in the the whole theme. Um, I think that's about it. I really don't have much more to say. Going camping less than 2 weeks away. So I got my fishing license and I'm ready and raring to catch some big fish to eat. So that should be fun. We've gotten all our camping gear. Yay! I think we're done shopping, finally, thank you. But we went to Bass Pro Shop yesterday, and that place is huge. It's like a theme park or a museum or something. I took some pictures on my phone, but they weren't that great. But yeah, got everything. Got my headlamp. Yes, finally, headlamp for the win. I've been meaning to get one for like years and years, and I found one that was $29.99, I think, around. But yeah, awesome headlamp. Yeah. So yeah, other than that, nothing else to report. But I am sure that I will have more good stuff for you later on.